Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where today we're just gonna shoot all of our problems away. This is not a good solution to, to problems, but it's what we're gonna do because it's all the verbs we have. Listen, Zagreus was tragically born with a very limited set of verbs, and we've exhausted all the talking, so now it's time for shooting. That's how it goes. So we're just gonna use all the same modifiers. I'm confident we can get this done with the gun. I keep thinking about that sword. We're probably going to have to try again with the sword soon. It's just like, it's nagging at me. It's clearly very powerful. And I want to do better with it, but also I think it is to some extent, the things that are bad about it are the things that like really I don't... It's not a super fun weapon to use outside of the wow, big number. Like occasionally we'll hit a guy for 1700 and like, that is cool. That is legitimately fun. But I really don't like the weapons that force you to stand in place. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not a good weapon for me and the way I think about and play the game. Whatever. Let's go shoot some stuff.
Let's see what
this
happens.
Weapon is just fine for me. I did not change my keepsake. What do we have on? You know what? Honestly, ZEUS is fine.
Let's see how we can
ZEUS on the attack here seems like it's just fine. So Hazard Bomb is incredibly powerful, but it's not a very good combination with our aspect. So maybe we just pick up Piercing Fire? I don't know that I think... None of these are awesome. I'm thinking, if we're planning on picking up ZEUS on attack, since we have the ZEUS keepsake, probably Spread Fire's not really all that exciting. I want an attack that has good long range. We can just chain lightning away all of our problems. I think we're just going to take this.
There, that's it.
And look at that. Getting benefit from it immediately. You know what? The ZEUS thing will happen.
Exclusive access.
We are going to take 200 coins to offset the coins that I forgot to get by bringing the right keepsake.
How about a little contest, boy?
Right. Important to remember, you do not get hit stuns with this weapon. Alright, at least I'm confident that we will at least get some benefit out of the fact that I realized how you're supposed to shoot flying enemies with this thing. That you don't shoot at them, but rather at their shadows. There's a little bit of an issue with the game's perspective, and it's not like shooting flying enemies is not the only place where it manifests. Sometimes, you know, things do or don't block projectiles in a way that's kind of weird because of the perspective issues.
Fine, keep your trinket then.
No problem.
Yes, I will. Thank you. I mean, key, right? Yeah. Right now, our most important long-term resource is nectar, right? And keys are the thing that converts most directly into nectar, on top of the key having, of course, the wonderful reroll resource attached to it. Alright, let's get that ZEUS boon, shall we? I'm really hoping for lightning bolts on attack. If we are not offered lightning bolts on attack, I may well spend a reroll. And then I have no idea of, like, duo boons or anything. We'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? I guess it might be worth rebuilding the mirror. Now that we're not specifically hunting duos anymore, it might be worth rebuilding the mirror to give us a better chance of getting stuff at epic level instead of the duo plus legendary chance. I mean, obviously, there's still a lot of legendaries to get, but even with the greater chance of getting them, they're so rare that I feel like it's kind of a waste to hunt them in this way. Oh, I was not technically in that, I guess. I was close.
Lord Uncle ZEUS.
Alright. I can never remember. Alright. We're going to try to max individual gods out, so You are still waiting.
Forgive the Lady Demeter her scornfulness, nephew, for she is still recovering after the sudden disappearance of her daughter. Though it was quite some time ago, the girl, poof, just vanished. I try to lighten up the mood around it every now and then, but no, a sore spot still.
Okay, yeah, chain lightning. And then, you know, once we get, like, Jolt and stuff off of this, I am a little bummed out by its rarity.
Alright, Lord Zeus.
This is what I'm saying, like, the thing that makes your boons more likely to be rare, I think is, or more likely to be epic, is really nice. The other upside of switching to that thing is that it's cheaper to have maxed out than the one we have now.
You have arrived at last. Just as I wondered how we might best alter one another's courses of existence here today.
Attack deals more damage. A dash strike deals more damage is definitely not super compelling with the gun. This might be okay. Man, I sort of want to go back and just fix the mirror. Yeah, okay. You know what? We're going to do that. I hope nobody minds. But I actually would really, really like it to be on increased chance of epics. Let's just, plus, you know, this will give us a chance to cycle dialogue at the house and everything. Let's just go do the thing. It does take forever to die. Also, man, I can't dodge projectiles when I want to, and I can't get hit with them. I can't get hit by them when I want to either. These things deal like, very poor damage. They look intimidating, but the actual damage output is pretty bad. There we go. That's a little bit better.
No.
Because like if we get to a place where we are beginning the run with 3 points of rerolls, and also a dramatically increased chance of things showing up at epic, I think we're gonna have so much more control over our builds. And to some extent, maybe that's not like a totally ideal thing.
Oh, I won't go back.
Alright, everybody. Come on. Lethal damage. There it is. It does take a minute to die, doesn't it?
Stupid dart trap. Oh.
Uh-oh. I think Orpheus may still be singing our bullshit song over there.
Ooh, looks like one of those dart traps killed you last time. Bet that must have hurt. Have you tried getting behind something?
I haven't.
Zagreus.
Yeah, hi.
You know that painting in your bedchambers, it turned out rather well, didn't it? Some very talented shades around here.
Oh, it's beautiful. I tried to persuade your father to hang it out in the hall, but he's too coy about such things. Though I like it where it is. A reminder to us every day and night.
Still can't believe you let me hold a spear.
Oh, I guess Achilles is on break. I didn't nudge the statues before the run.
Just giving you a
How
nudge.
irresponsible of me. We'll fix that right now. This thing looks very expensive. I really shouldn't. I mean, obviously I'm going to. But but what if I knocked it over, right?
Hi.
Oh, wow. I can really lay the ambrosia on her. I mean, should we be pursuing her now? Do you think Meg's of course Meg's the cellist type. What am I talking about? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing.
Sir, I was thinking that this batch of ambrosia ought to hold the lounge over for quite a while. Keep things livelier for everyone. And please, take a bottle for yourself, won't you? As a token of my affection.
Oh, you said your affection, huh? Wow. I really like you also, Zagreus. I liked you from the start. You were so different from your father and Miss Nix, I could just tell, but... Wait, what am I saying? I am such a dummy. You're just being friendly with me, right?
I would be more than that if it pleased you. You're very wonderful, and you light up this house. But I would never risk our friendship, so if this is where we draw the boundary, please, just let me know.
Wait. Did you just say I'm wonderful?
I did indeed. And I'm glad to get it off my chest, if you must know. Though, what about you? How do you feel?
Wow, I never thought you'd have those kinds of feelings for somebody like me. It's really nice to hear. It makes me feel complete. But, Zagreus, I don't know if I can be what you need. I mean, wait, you weren't just being nice to me for all this time because...
What? No, do so. Of course not. Oh, why is it so damn difficult to share one's feelings with somebody else? I don't want to ruin what we have. If only you could see what's in my heart.
Oh, I was just checking. Don't feel bad, okay? You don't seem capable of hiding what's in your heart. And I mean that in the best possible way. I'm so happy. It's just, all this is a lot, and I'm on duty right now, but see you soon.
See you soon.
Well, I agree with her. Fundamentally, Zagreus does not seem at all capable of hiding what's in his heart. I don't necessarily think it's as positive as she seems to.
So, what happened when Mother first arrived, if I may ask? Some of your residents seem to remember the Queen from before, yet the Olympians just never found out.
They had no jurisdiction here. No knowledge of our goings-on. Well, Hermes did perhaps, but in a very limited capacity. As far as anybody knew beyond this realm, our queen was Nyx. Ask nothing more of this.
All right. Nyx, you don't suppose Charon would hold it against me if we had a little fight? To the death, I mean.
Twice, perhaps.
None of Charon's brothers ever dared fight with him whilst growing up. Why would you fathom such a ruinous idea, child?
It kind of already happened. And I can confirm he's rather strong. Something I can do to make it up to him.
Probably not, for it is unnecessary. Likely he appreciates having an adversary in his own way. Few would so much as dare.
A friendly rivalry it is, then.
I guess. I think. It's hard to tell if that's what's going on with him.
Your parentage need not be secret any longer, Zagreus.
See you.
I don't necessarily agree with that idea. He's not singing about my mom, is he? I wasn't actually listening to the lyrics. Well, he damn well better not be. Okay. No Titan blood for keys. We didn't get any fish. Alright, let's go reset that mirror, shall we? So I'm not sure what I want to do about the bloodstones. Here, let's pull all this back.
Return my darkness to me.
You know, just a casual 11,000 darkness. Do we like Infernal Soul? Obviously, Infernal Soul gives us more of an ability to burst enemies with cast damage, which is sometimes really useful. But I honestly think fully upgraded Stygian Soul, I think I like better. Alright, we're definitely going to keep the good Death Defiance. We're definitely going to keep Greater Reflex. I still am not good enough at dodging even with this. I like Chthonic Vitality. I like Shadow Presence over Fiery Presence for sure. Boiling Blood is up against Abyssal Blood, which is, yeah. Yep. Deep Pockets is a no-brainer. Thick Skin is a no-brainer. I think we're going to stick with Family Favorite. There are definitely situations where Privilege Status is better. Like, we generally do not get to 40% on Family Favorite. I don't know if the game will even let you get to 40% on Family Favorite. But I do like the fact that it applies on every enemy, not just enemies that we've been working on for a while. So it's a little bit less good against bosses, but it's a little bit better against, like, random dudes in Elysium. And it works with any build, no matter what you're doing. Whereas with the other one, you have to, like, be careful to make sure you get 2 debuffs and you're applying them consistently. Dark Foresight is obvious. We're going to swap this over to God's Pride. I feel pretty good about that. And then that leaves us with... You know what? It wasn't that much of a difference, really. It was only a couple hundred darkness. But still, I feel better about this, this setup for the mirror.
Excellent.
Okay. Let us go and do the thing. And this time I'm going to remember to swap my keepsake.
Right on schedule. My keepsakes.
Yeah. right? Why not start with this? What does Mort do? 3,500 damage in an area in front of you after a brief delay. So Megs only deals 2,500, but it sounds like you would expect it to hit more enemies. I mean, 3,500's a lot. The thing is, after we just gave Dusa such a huge amount of ambrosia, way more than we ever had to give Meg. In fact, I don't think we had to give Meg 4 in total, certainly not all at once. We don't have enough to buy any extra uses. I do think that Mort is adorable.
Go with that one.
Maybe we'll try Mort out. Maybe we'll try the other companions out at some point in the future. Perhaps after we have some ambrosia for them. Alright. Now let's get back out there and try this. I do like the idea of ending up with Zeus on
the bearing of the gods, and to assert yourself. For this I have employed the greatest of the Greeks, or what became of him.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you want to teach somebody how to be a god, why not make their teacher immortal?
For you, Achilles.
I do like the idea still of lightning on attack, and maybe we'll try to force that later. Were you... You were not a recipient.
The great hero Achilles, he continues to ignore my polite outreach, doesn't he? Why, I've attempted to reach out at least several times. Your father's realm is really quite a lot. How terribly frustrating it must be.
Everybody's very focused on Achilles all of a sudden. I think Heartbreak Flourish is totally good. Definitely don't want Heartbreak Strike.
Got to reload.
And look, I'm not gonna lie. If we had gotten a higher rarity version of... Oh, I missed a fishing point. If we'd gotten a higher rarity version of Lightning on Attack, I may well have decided to just stick the run out and then fix the mirror later. But I was a little disappointed by our opening couple of things, and we did have a thing we wanted to do in the house anyway, so hopefully you will all forgive me for basically taking a mulligan on the beginning of the run.
Got it. What do you know, a hellfish?
Who would have thought? You know, that one fish that we are constantly seeing. Alright, so we are less likely to see duos. I don't feel like we generally build around duos. It's just like a nice thing to be aiming for while you're also constructing a build that is good on its own merits. But we are definitely considerably less likely to see duos now. I can't believe we didn't even catch the hand with, like, the edge of the explosion there. Because we hit that skull, who was, I think, further away. I mean, it certainly looked like he was further away. I'm assuming whenever things don't go the way I'm expecting with a flying enemy, it's probably the case that the problem is the perspective. We don't need the money terribly, and I do think Palm on Heartbreak Flourish is good, even if it is just base Heartbreak Flourish. You know, it's still a pretty high value. Even with the damage boost, it's still a little on the slow side.
The power of the gods.
Yeah, an extra 32% modifier on top of a pretty high base value seems decent to me. You know, maybe we try to end up in that, Aphrodite Zeus duo boon with the constant calls. Probably working on something other than the Athena call, of course. You know, variety is the spice of life or whatever. You know, that common English aphorism, variety is the spice of life or whatever. Sometimes misquoted as variety is the variety or whatever is the spice of life, but obviously that's ridiculous. We all know Aristotle didn't talk that way.
Look what I found.
What do we want from Ares? I mean, honestly, it would not be bad to get Slicing Shot. Give us an answer to a crowd of things that is directly in front of us, because our our area option with the gun definitely is a little bit on the slow side. Yeah, his cast would be alright. Trying to make sure we always strip the blue health off of the enemy before the grenade lands. Alright, you get one.
You have shown me nothing but respect and granted me your favor repeatedly, Lord Ares. This is the least that I can do in kind.
Most often when I'm given offerings, it is with wishes that I lend my favor in a coming war. Yet from you, my kin, I sense no such motive. I'm quite taken aback by that, I must admit.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
Ah, my closest kin in all the underworld. I see you there, I think. What sort of violence shall we sow together this time, you and I?
Ooh. Maybe we take the epic call. Yeah, I think we probably take the epic call. That seems pretty alright.
More bloodshed then.
So, okay. Double heart feels like the way we probably ought to go here. We're only at 300. I'm not going to buy an extra use of our spindle. Yeah, we're totally going to take this, though. Provided I manage to not screw this up horribly, this is going to be very worthwhile.
Stop right there.
Let's give it a go.
Okay, that's not great.
Set.
Not a big fan of the number of projectiles we're going to have to deal with here. And I mean, obviously, I do not feel very safe with that thing alive, but I also don't feel very safe trying to kill it while we're being hunted from all sides. Alright, are we good? We are good. Let's get him boiling. I gotta be really careful about popping that projectile. I do hate the way this enemy tries to take cover from your attacks. It's gonna make this so much longer than it needs to be. It's really good at it too. Like, frustratingly good at it. Okay. Well, there's the break. Sadly... Okay, never mind. I was about to say, with most weapons, that would be really significant, because that would mean now we could jump him and stun lock him. Ooh. Well, I think we ought to just take the ZEUS, right? With this being post-mini-boss, we are going to have a real good chance of getting...
I'll break you again.
Oh, interesting. Much larger room than normal. Okay, it's getting a little enemy dense over here. Well, that didn't hit as many of them as I was hoping. Right, shoot the shadows. Gotta remember, shoot the shadows.
Yeah, that thing.
It does suck. It sucks a huge amount.
Poor Demeter, young man. I still wonder what became of her fair daughter. Ran away with mortals there, perhaps. Some of the tales even more preposterous. Don't go believing everything you hear. And do be sensitive about the subject, hmm? Demeter, she's been through quite enough.
It's weird that he has so many different dialogue lines about that. Well, I'm bummed out that it's only rare, but still. Still, I guess we will accept it. It turns out not to be a very large damage difference. Yeah.
Out of my sight.
And it is nice to have just a real damage modifier. You know, this this plus 45% damage thing does actually increase the damage of our... where the hell... Why are all the enemies just waiting over here? It does actually increase the damage of things like the lightning bolts. Yeah, wow, that's pretty solid. What's the base damage of our attack? We might actually have more than doubled our damage output. I think, yeah, the base damage of our attack is 11. So adding 13 to each attack has been quite significant. Seems pretty solid.
Let's see.
Okay, we don't need any of this. I don't know why I even looked. What would I possibly want to buy there? This does seem like a pretty good time for pomegranates. It is sometimes hard to tell exactly where their shadows are. Yeah, it turns out the lightning cannon is actually a really effective weapon for dealing with certain kinds of situations. God, look at that output. Sorry, I'm going to stop gushing about it any second now. It just feels really, really quite strong.
Okay.
One of these days, I will remember to fire at the shadow.
Thank you. The power of the gods.
Well, that seems quite significant.
Stronger still.
Alright, darkness versus nectar is not even a choice. You know, I'm realizing I'm not actually sure if the backstab damage bonus from the mirror is one of those things where it applies specifically to your attack, or like to your skills, or if it is a total damage bonus. Okay, it's a total damage bonus, because the lightning did 20. I gotta say, this feels like a pretty damn good start to a build. I don't know exactly where it's going to go from here, but honestly, it doesn't need to go very far, I don't think. Although we are, of course, going to have to hit our shots in order for them to deal any meaningful damage. Ah, it's a shame. I was really hoping it was going to apply to our attack. So, I mean, we're not overly concerned with duos, but that said, are we likely to be able to get the duos going? Oh, we could get the revenge build happening again. That would be pretty powerful. We've already got the beginning of it. Yeah, that might be a thing worth pursuing. That said, I'm going to take the hammer right now.
Security.
Oh, this is trouble.
Yeah, armored louts, that's tough.
Back to dust.
Although if it wants to just keep throwing a lot of very low health enemies at us, that is totally fine. I suppose the lout's nice as a real big target that we can hit to start the chain lightning. Them enemies accidentally scoring trap hits on us.
All right, break it up.
The money was good, but that was more damage than I would have liked to take on that one. Your attack is faster and more accurate. Gain +6 ammo. What is more accurate? Is it not already maximally accurate? I thought it was already firing exactly where I was clicking. I mean, I like faster.
Need all the firepower I can get.
Oh, there's a little bit of spread. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like there's more spread now than there was before. As much as I would like a palm, I think we gotta keep talking to Boldy. I'm really curious if this whole Boldy thing is going somewhere. We'll take this.
Why, look who's
Can
here,
we do it
Boldy.
again? We can
sir.
indeed.
Thank you for keeping my friend company.
What if one of these times he actually responds?
Good chat.
Would that even...
Prince said.
Oh, cool. Plus 2% money. I think I would be unsettled. I think that's the answer to that question is I would be unsettled.
Sisyphus, I know you tend to be in remarkably good spirits, all things considered, but there must be something I can do to help with your predicament, isn't there?
Oh, come now, Prince. Do Baldy and I look like we could use your charity? We're planning to stay put within this chamber for a while. It's hardly a predicament, I'd say.
But what of the Furies and their torments and all that? They might be back and make all this more difficult for you.
Ah, yes, the Fury Sisters. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing them more infrequently now that you mention it. But either way, so don't you even worry about me. Now here.
Alright, I think in this case we just take the money. We're a little bit low on health, but also we have an Eye of Lamia already.
Thank you, mate.
Prophecy foretold. Our codex doesn't have... What prophecy was just foretold? Are we actually going to try to help him? Was that not just idle chatter? Because, I mean, I'm into it. I would love to do that. You know, I have an in with Meg, it turns out, so we might be able to make something happen. Dionysus. That's interesting. Like, Trippy Shot is kind of redundant, but Hangover on Dash would be okay.
Cheers, mate.
We're probably not all that excited about Drunken Flourish. So it's like Trippy Shot and Positive Outlook are both fine. I guess the question is, do we have a plan for this other stuff? And I think the answer is no. I suppose if we were to go deep on Dionysus, like Festive Fog plus Hangover would be really powerful, even if we didn't get the Legendary. And then, if we did, obviously, because like this weapon stacks up the Hangover so quickly. It's a shame we've kind of committed to a different gimmick. I think I'm just going to take 15% Positive Outlook. It's not ideal, but I'm like, if I were to reroll, what would be good? I guess if we could reroll into Strong Drink, that would be cool. Let's try it. Let's give it a reroll.
What else we got?
Okay, hard to argue with.
Feeling good. Pleasure doing business.
Move speed, attack even faster. I'm debating using another reroll here to look for something a little bit more compelling. I do like attack faster. I just, you know, the base rarity is not very exciting.
Not what I need right now.
16 coin side hustle. Second wind is also... we really want to do greater calls, though, with this. Let's go this way.
I'll take it.
Okay, I think I feel pretty good about that on the whole.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Ready, sisters? Prince Zagreus, you are trespassing beyond the limits of your authority. I am under orders to stop you.
Come on, Meg, why so formal all of a sudden? We've been through this countless times. Wait, is it because...
Oh, come on, Zag. Will you just learn to play along for once? Come on and fight me like you mean it.
I think she's trying to enjoy this, if you know what I'm saying. going to be tough to hit Meg with the grenades, especially while we're trying to keep track of everything else. But if we just keep boosting ourselves, and then... Ah, this is bad. We don't really have a great thing to do with this. I guess I can just shoot him out of the air. But if we just keep buffing ourselves with the grenades, I think that's probably going to end up being good enough. There we go. Alright, we should probably do a little cleanup here, because we're starting to see a lot of projectiles coming in. May as well take care of them now while they're largely to our side, before we end up dealing with that vertical approach problem. That's a trap. I definitely should have taken damage there. Definitely just like stood on the trap. Does it seem like the fog maybe confused Meg too? Yeah, that's not ideal. Gotta remember to try to reload while moving. Start moving, then reload. Oof, I tried to run around the projectile and I think I got stuck on an enemy. Well, I do have a lightning rifle, which feels like cheating a little bit. Also, hooray! Meg dropped food. I didn't realize the mini-bosses could drop food off of Eye of Lamia. I don't know that we've ever seen that before. Not that we need it desperately, because obviously, strong drink. Look how strong this drink is. So, what are we looking for?
Keepsakes hold power.
Oh, you know what? We kind of gotta look for Artemis, right? I think Artemis would be super good. We probably don't need to do this. We already have one ticking. This isn't that much money for 6 encounters worth of attack bonus, although it's not actually 30%. Like, if you think about our attack damage as the full damage that our attack deals, this is closer to like a 10% boost, right? Because we're over half lightning damage. I'm not going to worry about this. We'll just save our money. I think we're in a pretty good spot here, though. I think we've got a real strong beginning. And hopefully we'll figure out what the gun aspect is sometime soon. It really has felt like, with all of the other weapons, there hasn't really been a prerequisite. It's just sort of given it to us when it gave it to us. It doesn't feel like we're checking things off or accomplishing anything. It just decides we should have them when we get them. So I guess that's how it'll happen with this.
Well, here goes nothing.
I also guess I want 50 health over some gold.
One false move is all it takes here, boy.
Well, we have a build that is certainly very good against the blue health. Never actually in a position to be able to hit anybody, though, so that does make it a little more difficult. I keep dashing such that I am behind cover from the thing I want to shoot at. There we go. If we can just, like, find a moment to really unload. We don't even have to shoot the things that are dangerous. As long as I'm shooting something, the job is getting done. Yeah, it really does feel like a pretty great build, doesn't it?
How fortunate for you.
There.
Alright, no Artemis for me. I mean, I sort of want to just do this, but like we're still in a place where palms are really good. And we have 235 health already. We'll probably be okay on health. At some point, you're not getting any additional benefit. And there are certainly some Hermes boons that we could get that we would care about, but by and large, like, even if we say that dodge is the best boon in the game, which I do not believe, but if we were to think that, I still think it's probably wrong to take Hermes over most other rewards just because the vast majority of his boons are of so little value. Like, the expected value of a Hermes grab is I think, quite low, even if the maximum value is good. So yeah, let's take Palm over a bunch of other things that we traditionally value higher, because I think we're in a really good moment for the Palm.
Load it up.
I didn't actually get into the circle. Yeah, look at that, man. That stacks up real fast.
Let's fire it up.
I suppose with these guys, it's probably worth making sure they're boiling. Because it is quite a lot of damage we have to deal to them. I think I left some food. Yes, I did. And anything else? No.
Gods grant me strength.
Alright, I think this is pretty good. I mean, like, I know pomegranates on the special are definitely a large amount of damage. We should take that, right? We could do that. Pull Zeus first. The Aphrodite Wrath isn't too harsh. And we're not in optimal shopping range yet anyway. Yeah, this makes sense to me.
Moving right along.
So at the risk of being boring and basically just doing a thing we did before, I think we probably are looking for that lightning bolt on revenge thing, and if we get offered the Ares Zeus duo, then we just take it and rejoice.
Why, I am honored.
We are not offered that. That said, static discharge is pretty good. I think I'll just take this. That's fine.
I must admit, I'm unaccustomed to rejection, love. But you must be accustomed to swift death. Here comes one for you now.
She won't let this go.
You know, we survived the vast majority of our trials, and she in particular has never actually killed us during one of these things, so you'd think she would maybe, like, be a little bit less hyper-confident. The smoke does definitely make it more dangerous. The heart gets lost really easily in the smoke. Are we not? Okay. Apparently we're not done. I feel like, this has been a lot of shooting. Yeah, now there's a whole bunch of witches too, like, this is a lot of waves.
Weak.
That was a really huge number of enemies.
I'm not angry with you any longer, dearest. Though, might I suggest you take some extra steps to keep it that way?
Okay, I'm not necessarily opposed to this. You know what? This is a prereq for that duo boon.
Heartbreak time.
Oh, and here's Artemis. You know what I would love is support fire. Oh, this thing. Okay, so literally every time I stand still, I'm gonna get hit by a guy whose wind-up animation is really hard to see because there's all kinds of obscuring bullshit. The enemies are even, like, they're grouping up on top of each other in such a way that it becomes really hard to really hard to see their animations just through each other. Also, I will say I feel a little annoyed that if you shoot an impervious enemy with this boon, it doesn't cause the chain lightning, even if there are non-impervious enemies nearby for it to bounce to. That's probably not how that should work, right? Alright, this is my last one, but you do get it.
At the risk of incurring your wrath, Lady Artemis, I hope you will accept this from me, and see that my gratitude for all you have done for me is genuine.
What do you know? Another gift of nectar. That's quite thoughtful of you, Zagreus. Normally don't care much for the stuff, but every now and then, I mean, why not? That lush and lecher Dionysus counts you as a friend? I'm hoping that there must be some mistake, yeah, Zagreus?
What can I say? I'm well liked. Yeah, I mean, pressure points obviously is also very good. Do we want to reroll looking for support fire? I mean, once she's in our build, we're fairly likely to keep seeing her. I think I'm just going to take the pressure points. I'm fine with that. And hey, look at this. Hearts whether we want them or not.
There we go.
Man, these are, numerous. Yeah, chain lightning into the jolted effect is just, like, very solid. Getting a lot of damage without having to go to all the trouble of doing a lot of damage. And then, like, the 45% damage increase from our aspect, the non-specific damage increase, would work on all of our revenge effects if we get a bunch of revenge effects going. I think there's a lot to be said for the build we're working on here. If we get that duo boon, it's gonna be maybe a little bit overpowered even. All right, well, I mean, this is... Why would you ever take the pomegranate? And I think we're, again, going to just take the increased rarity of boons we already have, because, boy, I sure would love it on...
Come on in.
Well, maybe we should make it future boons. I mean, obviously, an increase in this would be fine. This would be good. This would also be... Yeah, okay. We're going to take it on the current.
You're just in time, Your Royal Majesty. Cooked up something special just for you.
If we were to take rarity increase on our 3 next boons, there's definitely still really cool stuff we could get. And in particular, I mean, like, obviously increasing the rarity on support fire with our build is very significant, but I think this is right.
Good choice there, hon.
Okay, Lightning Strike. Wave of Despair is not so great, but... Wow, that only increased our lightning damage by 2.
Thanks again.
I'm really surprised at how poor of a damage increase that was. Alright, we are in fact about to fight a boss.
I'll pay for that.
Do we want to reroll now? Because I don't think Hunter Dash makes a lot of sense for us. I think this is a reroll.
How about a different set of choices?
Hunter Instinct, Hunter's Mark. Hunter Instinct is probably bananas, right? Because we attack so much. Each time we crit, we get this. This is gonna be awesome for us, I think.
Yes.
It's going to be hard to tell that it's happening, but it's going to contribute an awful lot. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to trust the math to know how good it's being.
I have longed to hear the sound of your hiss, Lenny.
So I always do miss you when we're gone. Oops, that's too much dashing. Boy, they really are pretty accurate with that lava spit, huh? I guess I should be doing it like this, yeah. You know, honestly, it doesn't feel like we're building up gauge any faster than normal, though. Again, it's just going to be hard to tell a little bit. Okay, there might be too much damn lava on the field. I'm actually going to save our Greater Call, I think, until the solo phase, because I think we have this under control. We're not even gonna summon Dusa. Now he's gonna start dancing. Oh no, he decided to cast. That was a bad move.
Enjoy your magma bath.
Yeah, I would like to reiterate that I think our build is very solid. We have a lot of good stuff going on here.
Short work of the Hydra, then, I take it.
So now what? Now who would be fun? What do we still... We still don't have a cast. I don't really know who we want for our cast and dash, to be perfectly honest with you. I kind of feel like we want Ares for the cast. We could just force Ares again, but then also, you know, you do want to bring in more gods. I guess Athena. Athena's always good. You could bring in Frostbitten Horn. I'm gonna make it Athena. Let's force Athena into the build. A little bit more family favorite value. I think this is fine to take. It's a lot of health.
Oh, I'm rich.
I think it's going to be fine.
Onward.
If we end up with Athena cast, that would be fine, I think. Athena dash, obviously, has a lot of value. I would love to see Athena dash into Ares cast and then just
nice and
pick up
here.
All of the various boons that improve the things we're already doing.
I got one. It's a car.
Like, there's a ton of good lightning boons. There's a ton of good Blade Rift improvement boons. Hopefully whatever this is going to be really cool. Why did I... thought I saw movement? Is why, but... obviously there wasn't any movement, so I don't know why I thought I saw movement. Yeah, it feels okay. I probably don't need to be reloading as like compulsively as I am. It's just like many years of first-person shooters. Just every time you are not firing, be reloading, because what if you suddenly need a full magazine? Alright, fortunately, chariots are going to actually not be a huge problem for us with this build. What a lovely change of pace.
The rail's hidden power.
Attack seeks the nearest foe and deals plus 10% damage. Well, that seems pretty good. I mean, Triple Bomb is also great, but this seems... to be clear, Triple Bomb is way better than Seeking Fire, but Seeking Fire is on the, it's on the Prophecy, so...
Perfect.
We must be getting pretty close to having taken all of the gun boons, right? I feel like we've seen a lot of different ones. Triple Fire would definitely be better. Triple Fire is almost always going to be right, I think. I do actually really appreciate this, though.
That one's rearming. That one's fully rearmed.
Yeah, being able to hide and fire around a corner seems like it could definitely have some use, especially in like sticks. Ah, stupid butterflies. So relying on the chain lightning there to keep that guy from regenning. Alright, so it's not flawless. It has a pretty poor turning radius, and it seems like it won't come back for stuff if it goes past it. But yeah, we can definitely find ways of using that. So, high rarity Hermes versus shop. With 370 gold, it's probably the shop. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely that we'll see a boon plus something we actually care about. We could probably do this, couldn't we? And then 20% cheaper prices in sticks. I would hate to lose such a powerful run, but Patroclus is right there. If we don't actually lose the run all the way, Patroclus can repair almost all the damage immediately. We'll leave food here. I'm gonna go for it.
Kieran won't mind, will he?
The record scratch is still funny. If we actually die here, if we actually go all the way to death, I'm gonna be very sad.
You just might be my favorite sparring partner, mate.
Wow, that was while I was dodging. Man does have a lot of health. Not actually... There we go. Oof. Don't like him being in the middle of the room. It's way too easy for him to suddenly hit us. Yeah, we are absolutely going to blow some Death Defiance here, huh? We are going to get him at least. Wow, he teleported over like and was attacking so quickly there. That really caught me off guard.
Whew, mate, you are tough.
Thanks.
Appreciate your generosity.
Oh, damn it, right. Touching the card pulls you out of there immediately.
Hi there.
Wait, it doesn't drop you back in the shop? I guess I didn't remember that. It absolutely should just drop you back in the shop. Yeah, that sucks. I'm not going to say that definitely makes this wrong, but it might have made it wrong to do. Yeah, what is the logic for it not just putting you right back in the shop where you started from? I mean, I could have remembered, but obviously I didn't. I'm even gonna let that guy go ahead and regen if it kills the butterfly ball.
Damn it, let's come back.
By far the more pressing concern.
Regenerating.
Zagreus has no faith in me.
Bye now.
Okay, well, at least this is a good person to be running into.
The rail of adamant itself has found its way into your hands, cousin. A malignant thing if you were to ask me, and not one I would ever use myself. Unless perhaps I had no other choice. I suppose it must have been that way for you.
No, I just think it's cool. Okay, so... I guess Holy Shield of these three. Holy Shield, but I'm not happy with any of these choices. I was hoping for a Death Defiance charge, or, you know, any of the things that we said. Alright, I think we gotta take Ares here over Heart. There is a chance we will get a duo boon. And if not, you know, just good Ares stuff.
You're quick, short one. Let's see if you can get past me again.
Medusa.
Your gal's right here. Get some guy over here.
She's adorable. I appreciate her very much. That looked pretty weird.
Thanks.
Very annoyed about that hit. Let's see who spins better.
Stand down. I concede.
Got you, Bullman.
It does feel a little bit like this is one of those runs where we're so incredibly powerful that there's no way we should lose, and we're absolutely going to lose to me just like making small mistakes over and over and over again until we die.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Duo power.
And we have two already, right? We have Holy Shield. So does it say every 3 seconds we're going to get Holy Shield? I wish I knew what briefly meant in the description here. And then also, we get Wave of Despair. So foes around you. Foes around you. Okay. Hard to know exactly what that means. It's wild how vague a lot of ability descriptions in video games are. It's like, when something happens, do a thing, maybe. When something happens, sometimes a thing occurs to someone. Alright, we're starting to really see, I think, the dividends of that, that bonus gauge charge on crit.
Pain and suffering upon you all.
Power of Olympus.
Alright, it's probably pressure points over 2 more damage, right?
Better blessing.
Boy, I'm actually not sure what the right thing to do. It's probably the palm. How much health do we actually need? I have no idea. You know what would be great, though, is if we could just see boons. If we could just get boons instead of the things that's happening here. I guess the heart is more current HP. Gives us more chance of not burning a Death Defiance. Yeah. Alright. Okay, they're spawning in such numbers and with such frequency that we literally can't shoot them fast enough. That's probably a sign that this room needs to be tuned down a little bit. Why? Just go around. My shots are supposed to be seeking. Okay. That is not where I was trying to dash to. Yeah, I gotta say, it does feel like the,
What's in the world this time?
Yes, absolutely.
Membership has its perks.
It does feel like the periodic deflect thing is really powerful. Just, like, even if it's only half a second of deflection, that's still a huge percentage of the time that we are deflecting.
Here's the fee.
Membership does, in fact, have its perks. Oh, premium vintage. Without question. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100% for the nectar, not for any of the other effects. The nectar is the only thing I care about.
A challenger? You must take sick, appalling pleasure in defeat, Hellspawn.
You know, not as much as you would think from the amount that I do it.
Need you, do so.
I got here right away.
An intruder!
Is this relevant?
Cower uncontrollably, you monster! For there's naught else you can do against my might.
Don't be over there. Yeah, my hope there was just that, like, dashing him closer to the wall would make it easier for me to land the dash through. Clearly, didn't exactly work that way. I was very tempted to just race him. That is not the smart play.
You're next, King.
Yeah, this is actually going to be the easiest chariot phase we've ever had. Although I do have to not fire directly at the cover.
Well, fiend, are you yet fearful for the inevitable end to your conquest?
Turns out I don't even actually have to hit him. The gods will correct my aim for me. Hey, that was pretty well timed. Really hoping for a oh right, that's a bad thing, don't stand in that. Oof.
Have to reload first.
Curse you!
Blood and death together hand in hand. Could you?
The instant the greater call was up, I was watching the bar like a hawk there.
Makes up for last time, I hope, my good shade.
Why's the game got to keep reminding me? Why's it really got to dig in there? It's like, hey, you know you lost last time, right? Well, it feels like if we're trying to win, distant memory is a no-brainer here. I pay the price of Midas, and I pay it gladly. Do we need a night spindle for, like, one of the difficult rooms at the end of one of the branches? I suppose yeah, it's fine to take it. And we still just don't have, we don't have dodge or cast boons, using my cast entirely for the blood boil. You know, honestly, it's fine. It seems to be fine. Things are working out just fine.
Gods grant me a swift satyr sack.
He's right, but I maybe wouldn't have worded it that way. Okay, well, we're not looking for anything in particular here, so I guess we just buy everything. Do we want to try to buy the diamond? If we want to try to buy the diamond, maybe it makes sense to wait on some stuff. So, wait, hold on. Revenge boons. We don't have the Ares or the Zeus. So that's a thing that could happen. We could end up with either one of those. And obviously that would be hugely helpful.
Cheers, mate.
I do wish we had one of these. Boy, actually, this is terrible. This is a horrible selection of boons. I don't think this will actually do anything with the call, because the duration is set by the call itself, right? So I guess Battle Rage, but honestly, that feels like nothing. It feels like we just got nothing. Yup, Curse of... like, Slicing Shot seems fine, but Curse of Vengeance... Urge to Kill is also compelling. I'm going to take Curse of Vengeance. A lot of good options on that one. And then we're going to see if we can get the Hermes thing, and I'm not going to stress too much about diamonds. You know, if it was Titan Blood or something and I thought we could get to it, that'd be one thing. Diamonds are kind of whatever. So I don't necessarily know that we want to go that way first. Let's go get money. Let's see if we can't figure out what our money situation is going to end up like. Oh, right, I don't have a dash boon. I'm so used to just killing all of the little dudes through dash boon. Also, I appreciate the auto doom, but we are definitely, like, it's causing red flashes near our feet, which are panicking me. Oops, that's bad. Don't do that. Maybe all I have to do is just walk near them. Yep, starting to feel a little overpowered maybe, just a tiny bit. The 45% damage bonus from the aspect is gonna...
Oh, it's just a tiny vermin.
Huh. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine, we got it. Is Tiny Vermin like the super boss? Oh, maybe this is the one entry that's not filled in my codex, right? Yo, okay. Little dude's got a pretty serious dash. At the risk of maybe hubris and everything, I'm gonna not summon Dusa. I think we got it. Seems like the plan is just run away from him a lot, shoot him with stuff, stay across the room from him as best you can. Actually, this looks like it totally might work. I really appreciate that it had a fun little cutscene though. It actually looks like I maybe don't even need to be moving around. Yeah. So at this range, it looks like we're not getting any of our Doom effects or any of our Revenge effects.
So vicious yet so tiny.
Indeed, the King Vermin. That was, in fact, the last perilous foe. Vermin, like men and dogs, are followers. Oftentimes, it is the largest, most physically imposing of a pack that becomes leader. But size is not the only factor, and ultimately not a substitute for a ferocity of spirit. Sure. That could have, that could have been a lot worse. That went pretty smoothly.
Back.
I assume that's real scary if you only have a melee weapon. So we're killing it on cash.
I can use this.
This doesn't seem very good. I guess hyper sprint is probably the direction we're going, or like quick recovery. Let's take quick recovery. If I got hit, I was probably already mashing dash, so, you know, good odds we'll activate it without even meaning to. I'm gonna go to Artemis, because support fire. Okay. Oops, I definitely did that too early. Right, sorry, for a second there I forgot about my homing attack. This is a clever plot. Let the 3 rats over here just cover the entire thing with poisons that it's not safe for me to stand over there, and then send in the rat to make it not safe for me to be on the other side either. If we pull our fountain early, I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to just go ahead and do more branches.
Something for Cerberus.
That's a shame. Well, do we want to take her cast? I may as well. This Hunter's Mark is definitely interesting. If we crit the little things, I'm sure if we crit Bloodstones during the Hades fight, it'll spread the Hunter's Mark onto Hades. Yeah.
The hunt is on.
Actually, that's pretty good. I guess actually the question is, do I think I need to do more branches? Because like doing the Zeus branch totally might be worth it, but also we might take damage. And do we think we need it, or could I just kill Hades right now? You know what? We're gonna do more branches, in part because I'm feeling really strong and I think the risk is quite low, and in part because fishing. In part because I would like more chances to proc fish. Yeah, the complete lack of hit stun does have certain risks. No two ways about that. Well, we're already taking meaningful damage. But they really do not want us standing still on this one. Yeah, our crit rate against groups of enemies is kind of bananas, huh? And with the number of crits that we, number of projectiles we fire, that marked target crit rate is huge damage. And as such, it is huge amounts of gauge. Did you just say, behold the violence? I mean, the man's certainly got a style. You gotta give him that.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, bummer. I guess Thunder Dash is fine. It's not like we need even more sources of Jolted. Oh, you know what? Billowing Strength will be good, because this will cover basically the whole call. Yeah, I think that's likely to end up being pretty good damage. Alright, so that's like a reasonable gain in power for 18 health. The thing is, I'm kind of thinking, like, at this point, we totally can buy this diamond. I'm pretty sure. If we do the other branches. Plus, fish. You know how I feel about fish. We're going for it. We're just going to go the whole way.
No, you don't. Look at all that coin.
Because we are making kind of a lot of money, kind of quickly. I feel like the satyrs are trying to fake us out. And I don't know if it feels like that to anybody else. But I feel like they sometimes they take longer than other times to actually do their spit. Like they wind up the attack and then they just hang out there with it in the wound up state, not actually firing it. See, I can shoot around the corner. He probably should at some point have noticed that.
Satyrs.
Damn it, projectiles are just not quite going far enough. There we go. I mean, I can, to a certain extent, just hide and let the revenge damage do things for us. Oof, I almost charged right into that. Why aren't you taking... There we go. Boy, it sure didn't look like the collision box of this should have been blocking my shots from him.
Good enough to eat.
That jolt's not bad. Maybe we take this, because this is just going to auto-apply all the time anyway. And then... yeah, we have enough to buy the diamond now. But we aren't going to be able to buy everything. Aha, where is my fish? I heard it.
Fishing time?
Hell yeah, more currency. We will do the things that are necessary to get the currency. It's the only thing I believe in.
You're mine. Another scuffer.
Should come in useful.
I guess I should have waited to buy that. That should have been the last thing we bought. That's a lot of doom, y'all. But it's probably just 2% crit, right? Because, boy, boy, that's a lot of doom. But like this charging our gauge faster, plus this having 2% more chance to crit the existing doom damage to up to 420, plus...
Zesty.
I think that's right. Alright, we're going to do the other one. May as well at this point, right? There we go. I'm so scared of the poison vents on the floor. I feel like I never notice them when they're about to fire. The only time I'm aware of them is when I'm annoyed because I have become poisoned already. So I'm like hyper vigilant. We have not seen a single well yet, have we? I think we've seen multiple places to sell boons. Even with 18 shots in the magazine, I still have a real bad habit of just holding down the trigger. Alright, so I'm starting to think it might be the case that there is, in fact, always exactly one well. I'm pretty bummed out about this. I was hoping, given that we know this is the last branch, I was hoping we were going to get some Cyclops jerky or something. We may as well take this.
Here then.
We're already over the amount of money we need for the last thing in the shop.
Another one of those gigantic satyrs.
But we are definitely going to get poisoned at least some of the time here. Oh, you know what? We had 2 deuce of charges left, so we may as well.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dusa. Let's all just pretend that I didn't briefly confuse Dusa with a rat. Yeah, we'll save the nectar.
In the name of Hades.
Thank you. Bad. Yeah, Divine Dash, sure. A little bit less likely that I take damage during the final boss fight.
Down the chute.
Okay, so we ended up paying about 50 health in total. A little over 50 health.
Why not?
Yeah.
Thus has the prince again persuaded fearsome Cerberus to get out of his way.
So I'm going to tell you right now,
For now, boy.
I am definitely in that brain poison place of being like, well, there's no way we could lose this. Obviously, this is going to work.
No.
So I'm a little concerned about that. I really do think that we have a massive, massive build here. Like, absolutely terrifying. But I am trying not to let myself think that it is definitely done.
Nice.
We still have work to do.
Ah, there you are, boy. I was beginning to think I'd need a thicker cloak. Darkness.
Where'd he go?
Gosh, I'm super good at firing it exactly outside of the edge of our firing range. Yeah, we are super good at dealing with those. Really doing a terrible job with the dashes so far. Can you imagine if we had actually gotten support fire?
Destruction arrows can turn any small dispute into a war.
How am I doing such a bad job? What an incredibly bad job it is so far.
You called Prince Zagreus?
You're a custodian, not a combatant, Morgan. Darkness.
Sorry, the bolts sort of have a mind of their own.
Darkness.
Okay. Really sloppy, just absolutely horrible fighting. Absolutely awful.
You can't kill me.
Ares! Blood and death ought to go hand in hand.
Stupid. The bolts are intentionally aiming into the pillar, which is a real bummer. They're trying to just take the most direct path to him, I think.
I have something for you.
Phase 2's going alright, though. Ooh. I think we were just about to get death-defied there.
You owe this victory to all your relatives. You win, boy.
He is certainly right about both of those things. Yeah, not so good. It's a victory, but not so good, man. Right. Any surface fish? Nope, no trout for me.
Beyond this point lies such a horrifying fate that we had better speak no more of it for now.
So we've gotten a whole bunch of resets recently. We've beaten Hades a bunch. I'm debating with myself about whether it's time to turn the heat up some more.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where death is our life.
Alright, I'm off.
Boy, Zagreus.
Soon everyone will be able to say my name.
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters. He wants nothing more to do with any of that. I think it's fitting you've inherited their power.
A power that once sealed away the Titans. Maybe it's a power that can break me out of here. Thank you for helping me, Achilles.
Are we already starting to exhaust Persephone's stuff? She doesn't have an exclamation point anymore.
Do let me know if I can help with anything, all right?
Take care, Mother. Always have more pets for the greatest boy.
I mean, I guess it all had to start coming to an end sometime, huh? There's still companions and weapons I don't even have yet, though.
Cerberus acknowledges the prince with an affection tempered well with time.
You take care. Father, let me ask you something work-related here. I know the shade called Sisyphus once wronged both you and Thanatos, and has since paid a heavy price. But don't the Fury Sisters now have better things to do than torture him?
You come to me to question how I allocate my resources. Preposterous. I care nothing for that wretched shade. That he is tortured for eternity is but a technicality resulting from his arrogance. The terms of his incarceration are long lost.
So then if I could somehow find those terms, then theoretically I could grant him a pardon.
If you could somehow do your job and enact miracles, then yes. You could do anything then, I suppose. Including waste your time on those of his undeserving ilk.
That's good to know.
Harsh. Someone's forgotten about the muffins already.
I have to ask you something, Nyx. What is this debt you owe my father anyway? Forgive my eavesdropping, it's just I heard the two of you discussing things and it came up.
I was here long before your father. The responsibility to govern fell to me. Yet I could not manage on my own. I shape the darkness, ensure the integrity of the domain. I am less prone to census taking and administering rules. I receded from such responsibilities.
It was too much even for you. So, when father arrived, you welcomed him? He helped?
I was quite skeptical of him at first. I thought his presence merely a cruel trick of fate. But he worked diligently from the start. Soon there was order where once there was none. I fashioned this house for him, and I maintain it still. We remain in partnership, in interdependency.
He has never taken advantage of you? Of your generosity?
No, child. He has not. He can be short with me, as you have seen, but that is the extent of it. We have found ways to reconcile disagreements. Though, your relationship with him, it is more complicated than my own, I fear.
I'm sure we can reconcile our disagreements all the same.
Honestly, it doesn't sound like our relationship is more complicated. This sounds like a very complex deal.
Well, Zag, you like things nice and complicated, don't you? Apparently so do I.
If you're asking if I have any regrets about what happened between us, the answer is no. Being with you Any complications there are worth it.
You don't need to tell me. 2 rules if you want to keep this up. First, we set the personal aside when we're out there. I better not hear a soul say I'm going soft on you. And second, keep up this slightly more mature thing you've had going for you recently.
Wasn't planning on sliding back into the insensitive nonsense of youth, so I don't think the second thing will be a problem. But the first, can we really just keep killing each other out there like nothing happened?
Huh. Guess you'll find out.
I mean, I can't see why not. The consequences are basically 0, so...
Do what you will with these, my good chef.
Ooh, 2 nectar. That is nice. So it was 100% worth it, and yes, we are doing that.
I could use that.
Wait, that's the wrong button.
Trade
Well,
these
whatever.
Gemstones.
We need nectar too. What we don't really need is gemstones. Give me that.
Titan blood.
Okay. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, we could never buy another cosmetic, and I think I'd be basically fine with it. So... Nobody out here. Let's go check the records room. I'm wondering if we actually can dig up Sisyphus's contract, or if we'll need to wait for another dialogue interaction to become available before we can try it. And I mean, look, okay. We may as well do a little bit of nudging for luck here. There we go. Now I'm sure we'll find it.
Just checking up on things.
Just seeing if there's any contracts around that I can...
Everybody hanging in there, I take it?
I can't help myself. I knew I was going to do it as soon as I stepped in here, and so did all of you, let's be honest. But seriously, though. Oh, it won't let me do it again. There it is.
Working with me, though, right?
That's... Don't laugh, don't laugh. Okay, well, I guess no, we're not actually going to be able to dig up this contract by ourselves. We're going to have to wait for another interaction. Okay, that's fine. Can't get out of this room. That area by the filing cabinets is a spatial metaphor for the terror of the bureaucracy. Let's find ourselves permanently entrapped.
Court is in session now.
Okay, well then, I guess, I don't know, maybe we'll be able to talk to somebody about it next time we get back to the house.
Okay.
Wait a minute, that was like music! It won't let me do it anymore. There we go. Oh man, where's Orpheus? He's gonna be so proud of me. Can I, oh, there we go. It's real finicky about where I'm allowed to play it. And I often have to move after doing it once.
Close enough.
No, it's like good. What do you mean close enough? Yeah, okay. Orpheus is going to be overjoyed. Can I lift the weights yet?
Won't budge at all.
Not even slightly, no. Okay, so we don't really have anything else to do in here. I guess there's nothing for it but to just prepare for the next run, keep feeding nectar to the Olympians and whatnot. Who's got the darkness now? Spear's got the darkness. Do we want to do Spear? I mean, maybe we should just give the sword another go. The sword's the only one of our unlocked 4th aspects that we haven't gotten to the surface yet, so there is some ambrosia waiting on us there. And I feel like we've sort of got the spear figured out. The spear's a very good weapon.
Fated list of minor prophecies.
Oh, wow. Find a way to pardon Sisyphus has a big reward. So does it just grow closer with more Olympians? Well, we have 4 nectar. We're going to be able to do a lot of that. And yeah, I guess this is still the plan. This is still the thing we're focused on. We are still pretty far off on the legendaries. They're rare. They're quite rare. We are a single thing away from completing that. We really haven't used the bow all that much, I guess. Feels like we have. Yeah, I'm surprised to see how many of these there are still, we still have to take. But it looks like some of the weapons are real close to done. And honestly, I think in general, we might be getting pretty close to done. I mean, I say that obviously while we still have a bunch of companions locked and also not even all of the weapons available. Alright, maybe it's sensible to go to the sword. 2 ambrosia just for making it to the surface. We should probably try it again. Do I want to try to... You know what? I don't think so. I don't think that the upgrade is necessary. I just need to play with it in a different way than I was playing with it before. I'm not sure exactly what the right plan is there, but this is definitely what we should do. We should do this and hope that somebody just hands us over the passphrase for the gun at some point. Alright, and with that I think we're basically just done in the house for the moment. I don't want to spend any gemstones on anything right now, in case we suddenly need to buy keys, like in case when we come back to the house the keys for Titan Blood offer is up again. So yeah, I think we're good. That run was very powerful. And again, we didn't even get a whole bunch of the things that we were kind of looking for. Like, if we'd pulled Support Fire or...
Go, bats, enjoy yourselves.
Or we had actually picked up Slicing Shot at some point. Yeah, there's like a... That could have been a lot bigger. I do think that's the first time in a very long time that... It might actually be the first run ever in the history of this series that we completed while having no cast boon. That's a pretty weird thing to have happened. Alright, yeah, I guess we're done. I guess that's going to be it for us for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are going to give this Sword of Arthur one more shot. What kind of name is Arthur, anyway? And we'll see you then.